Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. And I do want to say a sincere thank you so much, because during the pandemic, we were doing the show from my home, and you were nice enough to do a whole video and performance for us. And I really appreciate that. I'll never forget.
My wife directed that.
Yeah.
And I think my children were shouting in the back. We were all figuring out what it was like.
We didn't know what it was, but you set the tone, and I appreciate you being there when we needed you. Thank you. I won't forget that.
You're looking very grown up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still not, though. I'm still not, yeah.
No, it's a facade.
I appreciate it, yeah. I want to talk to you about the self-titled, but I also want to talk to you about Ted Lasso. Because you do the theme and all the music for Ted Lasso.
Yeah. And I've spent like 6 months of my life doing that first season, and I scored the whole thing, which was a nightmare, complete nightmare.
Especially during the pandemic?
It was awful, yeah, and I had to learn how all the buttons in my studio work, because obviously I wasn't allowed to have an engineer in the same room and stuff, and it was just a complete nightmare. Uploading files, not my jam.
No.
And all that anyone really knows about it is like, digga, 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 yeah, and then skip intro. And they're not really, that's it.
That's very funny. So you can perform that at your show if you want to.
Yeah, I do every night. I just digga, digga, yeah.
There you go.
And then everyone leaves happy.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
The shortest concert.
They got their money's worth. Yeah, exactly.
How did you get involved with that?
I met Jason Sudeikis upstairs doing SNL.
Was that right?
Yeah, first time we did SNL, we met, we did a Beatles sketch together. It was very fun.
Yeah.
And then we stayed in touch. And then I knew about his little bits as Lasso that he did as ads early on. And I'm a big soccer fan, as you would say. Football.
Yeah. Soccer.
Football.
Soccer.
Well, it's football. And then he told me he was doing the show, and I loved it. And then he left me like 400 hours worth of voice memos. He loves the voice memos.
He really loves the voice memo. That's how we
wade through all
That's how he communicates.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about this because I think this is a very cool opportunity, but you were invited to the Vatican.
I was, yeah.
To meet the Pope.
To meet the Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Is there the rules you have to follow? Is it nerve-wracking? Is it...
Yeah, it wasn't nerve-wracking. I'd had zero responsibility, so I was up for it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything or say anything. I just wanted to kind of hear him, you know. He's got a tough gig.
Yeah, he does. I'd say.
You know, I think he's... as popes go, he seems like a good one, but the bar's pretty low, you know?
But he's...
Just historically speaking, the bar's pretty... He's nice. He's nice.
He's a good pope, as far as popes go. And you didn't say much.
I didn't say much, no. But I did... you know, you have your, like, private moment with him at the end, and I was in line, and I get that he's sitting down, and so I knelt down. I think he thought I was sort of taking a knee, which I wasn't. But he was like, no, stand up. And then I had to sort of crouch over. It was really uncomfortable. Anyway, and then the only thing he said to me was like, will you pray for me? Oh. And where I'm from, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, slap an arm on his shoulder and say a quick prayer for him. And what I didn't realise is my friend was filming it. And I'm praying for I've got my eyes closed. So it lasts about 8 seconds. And as he's sat there holding my hand and my arms, and he just does a little cheeky check of the watch. Yeah, just a quick, and then thanks very much.
No.
It was great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
You actually brought us the video from that moment. I've not seen it. I've not seen it yet. No, please let's
yeah, I'll talk you through it. I'll do the commentary. I'll do the
here we go.
Ready?
Let's see it.
There we go. Oh, will you pray for me? Yeah, sure, mate. Yeah, Lord bless him. You know, he's got a tough gig. And then he's just, oh, thanks so much. Just quickly, just gonna check the time. Oh, I'm so happy.
You can't write that.
It wasn't that long.
You can't write that.
It wasn't that long. He sounded like praying in tongues or something.
It wasn't that long at all. He's like, I think we kind of had enough here. Okay. Enough. This is classic.
Bless him. He meets so many people.
That is classic. Oh my gosh. No, please. Thank you for breaking that.
Papa.
That is unbelievable. Marcus, let's talk about self-titled. Why did you call it self-titled? Why didn't you call it Marcus Mumford?
Just too much of my name.
Too much.
You know what I mean? Marcus Mumford, it's just too much.
Too much?
Too much.
And
I like the idea that other people could kind of insert their own selves into it and see
Yeah.
some of their own story in it or whatever.
Is that the way you write your songs?
No, but I think that's the magic of songs. Like, you write them, you know, in these personal, private moments, and then the weirdest thing in the world, you make them as public as possible, which is just strange.
Yeah.
But there's some magic that happens when people can sort of relate their own story to whatever story you've written in your songs, and I like that.
Yeah. The video for Cannibal, by the way, was directed by
Little-known,
up-and-coming director Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. I've always believed in fostering new talent.
You are always,
you know,
you're always there helping out the new people. Yeah.
He's never done one before, so I was like, giving him
Yes, you've never done.
He's never done a music video.
How did you get him involved with this?
He and Kate Capshaw, his wife, were some of the first people outside of my little circle to hear the record. And Kate, they sent me a video of them dancing in their kitchen, which I didn't bring.
Yeah.
To one of the songs, and so it was just last minute, basically, and just did it on a phone.
But you did bring us a photo of what Steven Spielberg directing looks like, and this is fantastic because we'll just look at it. He's in a rolling chair on an iPhone, and that's Kate, right?
It does kind of sum it up. Kate's the one doing all the work, right?
Yeah.
He takes all the glory. But it was this amazing teamwork thing where there's this zoom in, so we used a wheelie chair. I mean, this was the extent of the production.
I mean, was he like? Was
I
he
think
cool
my wife got credited with wardrobe. Easiest gig she's ever had. I'm wearing black.
Yeah, you're just wearing a tee. Yeah.
And Kate did all the work, and he just did it on his phone.
And what's he like directing you? Did you ask him for direction? Did you?
Yeah, I did. I told him to tell me exactly what to do, and I'd just play the song. And actually, the first time we did it, he shot, like, I was playing guitar like this, and he's here with his phone looking up, and I was just insecure about the number of chins I had that day. But I was basically like, maybe we could start from above. And so he tried it, and then as we're looking back at it on his phone, he's like, oh, that's cool, it's like Indy 3. Which is an Indiana Jones reference. And Steven Spielberg and it's the bit, you know, at the beginning when Harrison Ford has his head down with the hat and then he looks out and gets smacked in the face. I was like,
you can't make an Indiana
Spielberg
Jones.
Just made that reference.
Yes! You won the year.
You were in, I noticed this when I rewatched Band of Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
You were in one of those episodes.
Oh, well, thank you. Hold your applause.
You drive a Jeep.
Yes, I
have not been prepped for this. I recognised your face.
Yeah. Did I take you out of the experience?
No, you didn't. I remember the first time I watched it was before I knew who you were.
Yeah, and you said...
And the second time I watched it, vague recollection.
You go, that guy's got something.
And it's in the Battle of the Bulge, one of the two Battle of the Bulge episodes.
Yeah. And
but he didn't direct that one, right?
No, he was...
All right, mate. Don't worry, it's nice to have goals.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, even when you see this photo, you can see him almost checking his watch as he's doing it. Marcus Mumford is available now. Marcus is performing for us with Monica Martin after the break. Stick around, everybody. Come on.